Hey guys, just wanted to say again how disappointed I am that I can't be there with you tonight, celebrating the life of Uncle Billy. He was the best. I'm sure you're sharing some great stories and some great memories, and I just wanted to take a second to pass along what I was going to say if I had been there tonight. Hopefully the mood is upbeat and light. I know he'd want it that way. He probably demanded it be that way, and I hope the story kind of fits where everybody's at. But I guess if I had to share one story that kind of captured my memory of Uncle Bill, 90% of the time I spent with Uncle Billy was on the golf course. Luckily, I was able to play tons of rounds of golf with my dad, and Uncle Billy had to be there 9 times out of 10, which created a nice dynamic. It was usually be my dad, Uncle Bill, that was the 3. And then for the 4th, most of the time, probably Uncle Thomas. That was usually the go-to. And, my dad would give me a call. This would be, I'm in high school, I'm in college, I'm just starting out as a teacher. And my dad would give me a heads up, hey, meet us at this course in an hour. We're going to that course in 2 hours. And, Uncle Bill at the time was retired. So that made sense to me. I never understood how Scullin men seemed very available, to play golf. Tuesday, 11 o'clock in the morning, Thursday, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Pennsylvania, New Jersey. They all seemed very available. So, Uncle Billy's off the hook. He was already retired. But for the rest of them, it was a question I didn't ask too much. Anyway, this is probably the early 2000s. And there just so happened to be a show that had just come out. It was super obscure. You've probably never heard of it. But it starred Bill Murray and his brothers. And this simple concept was they would just follow the 4 of them for a round of golf. And all the Murray brothers are big-time golf enthusiasts. So it would be under the premise of a round of golf, but obviously it would be mostly about Murray brothers being Murray brothers and being hilarious and you can imagine. My father got hooked into the show, and my father, always the optimist, the big thinker, the idealist, the entrepreneur. He mentions to our foursome, we're probably standing on a tee box somewhere saying, you got to watch this show. It's amazing. I think the 4 of us could do this show. I think we should get cameras to follow us under the same premise, and people could watch us play a round of golf because we're hilarious and we're hysterical and we have great one-liners and amazing funny things seem to happen with us all the time. And we need to do this. And he was pretty serious. And when my dad got excited about an idea, it was probably usually going to happen more or less. So Uncle Thomas, the creative type, he was in. He was probably already composing the theme music to how the show would open. And, I just wanted to be the pleaser. So I said, sure, Dad, I'm in. That sounds like a good time. Sounds fun. So we got 3 out of 4 people in. So all eyes turned to Uncle Bill and waiting to see his response to the pitch. And if you know Uncle Billy, you probably know how the story ends. In typical Uncle Billy fashion, took a moment, let it kind of marinate for a minute, count it to 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, and said something to the effect of, this has to be the worst idea ever. Not just for a show, it's definitely the worst idea for a show ever, but it's also probably one of the worst ideas that anybody's ever thought of before. He said, I wouldn't watch it and I'd be in it, speaking to himself. I'm not going to watch a show that I'm in because it sounds that hilariously bad. So we all kind of took that in, and it was hard to get my dad off his game. Once he has an idea, it's usually full steam ahead, but he sort of took it. And obviously, spoiler alert, the idea for that show died on that tee box that day. But it was just another example of, I guess, the Uncle Billy mic drop. Uncle Billy did things his way, and there was no way he was going to look like a schmuck in front of a national audience. He never looked like a schmuck in front of just the 3 other people he was golfing with. Most of my memories are of him just reacting, bemused, basically like he was surrounded by idiots that he loved, his brothers, his sons, hopefully his nephew, and just enjoying that time. So I'm so happy that I got to spend all those hours playing all those holes on all those courses. with Uncle Billy, because he truly was one of a kind. So looking forward to making it up to you guys and meeting up soon, and hopefully yeah, you're really enjoying a night to remember a really special guy. So very disappointed I couldn't be here, but I'll get in touch with you guys soon. Take care.